charge.
Great record.
Excellent album. We learned a lot from
Great
it.
record.
Why are you gay?
But she gives great help.
You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life. It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line. That's why we're going back. Does anybody else want to stay? Let's ride!
All right, it is a Thursday. Always feels like a Friday. It's always felt like a Friday to me, to be honest. When I'm doing the show, Thursday nights always felt like you're coming in for a landing. Not quite this week, though. Tonight, we are together for the next 2 hours. And tomorrow, I'll be live at 7 o'clock on the Playhouse with Anthony. We've got 2 special guests coming in. I think we've got both Tom and Derek of Set the Charge coming in. So we get to talk. I got a whole bunch of really fun stuff, music, movies, some, inside baseball kind of stuff that I think that you guys would like. Maybe we can go through some home video or something like that. But that's going to be a fun one tomorrow. I'll make sure I get the links all around there. And then Saturday night is a Saturday night lounge, 9 o'clock. I don't know what I'll be doing. I don't know who I'll be talking to. Maybe we'll play some video games. I just don't know. But that's just how the broadcast calendar has lined up this week. So enjoy yourself. Now, tonight we were going to have a Bigfoot guest, but that has been moved until June 7th, I think. That's the earliest. There were some time zone mix-ups, and I did not want to squeeze it in one half or the other. So I said, you know what? It's all right. I've got a lot of stuff I can do with people tonight. It's going to be a fun mix. Some of it is outrageous, and I'm looking forward to hanging out with you all. It's also a Badlands night, so that's never a bad thing, being live on Badlands. So what's going on to all my friends over there? I hope you have enjoyed a day of your favorite Badlands programming, and here I am showing up to foul it all the fuck up. Ruining it all. That's what I do. That's what I do. But you know what will never ruin your day? That is a segue for me to thank my sponsor for the evening, my sponsor for, I hope, forever, and that is Keto Brainz, because I use it every day. I've used it far before. I actually had the pleasure of calling them sponsors and partners. But Molly has put together an incredible package for May. We just gave away $1,000 worth of stuff, including a year's worth of Keto Brainz, which 4 of you won. There was a grand prize, then 5 people. Was there 3 or 4 runners up? I don't know. Anyway, there's $600 more getting ready for you for the end of May. So you got this, you got the red light mask and these copper peptide serums, and of course the mug and extra Keto Brainz and the blenders and everything else like that. And who knows what else she tacks on, but this is of course all nice, good and dandy if you won. But it's merely just the cherry on top of having the product in your daily routine. It's just a clean source of energy. It's delicious, brain optimization. And if you need samples, if you want samples, get in touch with me. Frank at quitefrankly.tv. I'll send it right out to you. No cost or anything. Use promo code MAY when you go to ketobrainz.com this month, and you get 15% off and get into this raffle over here. We're also giving away a whole bunch of other shit tonight. That's how you can jump in on that right now, and I'll read that off in the second half when we get to all the super chats. I've been building up those super chats throughout the week. But what about this Jeffrey Epstein suicide note, huh? How about that? That shows up like a super chat at this point. Jeffrey Epstein has sent you a suicide note super chat. I was reading this. I didn't even know what happened until I got on the phone with Matt Christensen last night. I didn't even know what happened. He said, "What do you think about this Epstein suicide note?" I said, "What do you mean?" It was after July. Before the incident in July 19th, let's see here. A federal judge on Wednesday unsealed a purported suicide note attributed to Jeffrey Epstein, written before his incident in 2019 and discovered by his then cellmate, Nicholas Tartaglione. Now, this is, I asked Matt, I said, wait, isn't that the guy, like the meathead former cop from like Mayopac, New York or something like that, who was, I thought he was the one that roughed up Jeffrey Epstein. I thought that he beat the shit out of Jeffrey. I thought it was something like that. I feel like a timeline is getting rewritten on this. Not only do I just look at this, the Xeroxed note, it looks stupid. This looks ridiculous. What's the official timeline here? The facts on the ground. Let's see, less than 3 weeks earlier, on July 23rd, Epstein had been found semi-conscious with an orange cloth tied around his neck. He was placed on suicide watch barely 31 hours before removal, despite the psychologist's note that he needs a cellmate for safety. I guess I am just completely forgetting things. Then there's this. When jail officials asked Mr. Epstein about red marks on his neck after the incident, he first said that Mr. Tartaglione had attacked him. See, that's what I remember. So this is from Zero Hedge. So I guess that they're putting it all together. I just grabbed this because I just wanted to have some kind of a conversation starter with you. And he was not suicidal. Yeah, I know, because after that, I think he tried to up his own bail or his own bond several times. And it had gone into like well past $100 million. It's like, this guy is fighting tooth and nail to get out of jail. He is pledging obscene amounts of money. It just does not seem like a guy who is going to wake up one day and said, all right, well, I guess I'll just kill myself. Because at that point, even just being alive to be in court would be life. It seemed like he was fighting for life. So then came the night itself. The orange shape, the missing noose, and sleeping guards. So I'm glad that this is all being pulled together, and I really just don't get it. Post-death shredding and 4chan anomaly. Less than a week after Epstein's body was removed, MCC staff conducted a frantic shredding operation. An inmate ordered to help dispose of the bags. After he told investigators he had never seen the amount of bags of shredded documents. A corrections officer called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center for August 16, 2019, reporting the suspicious volume. Count slips for all dates prior to August 10th were later reported missing when requested by prosecutors. Separately, a 4chan post appeared 38 minutes before the official announcement of Epstein's death, claiming he had been switched out. FBI subpoenaed Apple, AT&T, and others in connection with the post. The post says, not saying anything after this, please do not try to dox me, but last night after 04:15 count, they took him medical in a wheelchair, cuffed front, but not one triage nurse said that they spoke to him. Next thing we know, a trip van shows up. We do not release on the weekends unless a judge orders it. Next thing we know, he's put in a single man cell and hangs himself. Here's the thing. The trip van did not sign in, and we did not record the plate number, and a guy in a green dress military outfit was in the back of the van, according to the tower guy, who let him through the gate. You guys, I'm shaking right now, but I think they switched him out. I just don't understand why that we got this note all of a sudden, and they couldn't have written it on like a page of a marble notebook or something like that. I thought the last note he wrote was to Larry Nassar. I don't get it. It says the undated, unsigned document released as part of Tartaglione's unrelated criminal case docket contains lines such as, "They investigated me for nothing," or they investigated me for a month, found nothing. So 15-year-old charges resulted. It is not, so what is it? It is a treat to be able to choose one time to say goodbye. That's what it's down here. It's a treat to be able to choose one's time to say goodbye. What you want me to do? Bust out crying. No fun. Not worth it. Whose voice is that supposed to be in? James Brown? Did James Brown write this? Like, what the fuck? What? Like, whose literary voice is this? Sounds like James Brown wrote that. Investigated me for months. Found nothing. This is, I don't know what the hell we're supposed to, what are we supposed to do with this? Just laugh? Anyway, so that's just one thing. That's just that out the other way. This is interesting. I remember talking about this guy a long time ago on Zadals in New York when we used to do a lot of, bullshit that was going on in reality TV shows, whatever. Spencer Pratt, he is running for mayor in Los Angeles, and apparently he's got one hell of a campaign going, and he's just ripping people to shreds with all of his campaign videos. It's easier than ever to make campaign videos because they all use, AI generated movies and stuff like that. Just prompt your way. That in and of itself, you would think that the game would have changed in big ways. And I think that's part of the reason why we see such targeted ways in which a person can be completely snuffed out from any meaningful kind of exposure on what is supposedly an open internet where merit, good content should be able to find an audience, and from there, the organic nature of growth is just going to go on. That's not the case, because I remember thinking about this. You think about all of the money that was pumped, the billions of dollars that was pumped, still is, into traditional forms of media that you need television ad buys. If you're running for re-election or whatever the hell it is, you're buying up everything you can during the World Series in October, right before November comes along, or you're buying up ads during the Olympics, you're buying up ads during the Super Bowl, you're buying up ads all over the place on specific channels. You're oversaturated. You got, you're all over. You're in print. You're on radio. That took a lot of money, but all that changed. I mean, as we were saying before, so much more of the audience that radio had, especially, that is all gone. It's all digital. And we were wondering where the hell this was really going to be at this time, around 2026. Who was going to be able to launch themselves into a incredible dark horse political runs? Here, check this out. Jacobs Media Tech Survey 2026, AM, FM radio listening hits an all-time low as digital surges to 44%. Now, that all makes perfect sense. What doesn't make sense is why people like George Soros are still gobbling up radio networks by, hundreds of stations at a time. That's because the technology will never be obsolete, as I've said many times before. It's just the business model is obsolete and it's clunky and all that other shit. I wish that we can get in on that. I wish we can get in on that. I really do. But anyway, 44%. You would think that with how savvy people are to be able to build, if you can build an audience And now you don't even need a lot of money to be able to produce a Hollywood quality, political commercial, because of the way that you could use AI prompts and all that other stuff. You bring on 1 or 2 staff members that really know how to just work the shit out of these programs. And seriously, you think about what damage one person with political aspirations should be able to do if they know really how to make things go viral, and if they know how to really put themselves out there. You would think logic would dictate that the playing field has seriously leveled. But of course, that's not the case. That's not the case. So the internet is not free and open. I'd like to see who the hell could, but Spencer Pratt, he's doing his best. I'm sure he has been able to. He's been able to save quite a bit of money. And take a listen to this. Here is just him showing up on Fox 11 talking about Karen Bass, the current LA mayor, the one who was in Ghana when half the city was burning down. Here's what he said on television the other day.
A reality TV star. Do you think that is in your campaign
My
for
bad.
Los Angeles?
Give me a second. Let me redo that. My bad.
You're known as a reality TV star. Do you think that is in your campaign for Los Angeles mayor to run the biggest city in California? Is that a label that you embrace? Is that hurtful to your campaign, or does it help, you think?
I mean, the reality, pun intended, is that was from 20 years ago. And if we look at what Karen Bass was doing 20 years ago, she was in Cuba learning how to make bombs with the people that would then go bomb Capitol Hill. So if we're looking at backgrounds, I'm pretty proud of what I was doing at 20 on reality television, even though it was, I may not have been the most likable character. It was still TV versus trying to destroy America and going to Cuba 20 times and praising Fidel Castro. So against my opponent, my background's pretty strong.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, I hope LA gets something moving and shaking out there. Karen Bass, the bomb maker. What that wasn't Weather Underground, was it? I mean, the whole Cuban thing and the bombing the U.S. Capitol, that's it's crazy how people can just put themselves together and just turn a new leaf, huh? Turn a new leaf. If you show up at January 6th and you're waving a flag and forget about it. Forget about it. But damn, Karen Bass, yeah, she's definitely got to hit the reset button on her life. Just nuts. I mean, she should have never been able to. She should have lost her job the second that 90 seconds of recorded phone call came out around the time of the fires, and she's whispering. Like, anybody who whispers like that should be. I hate that. That was awful. I can still remember the whispering. It's like Apocalypse Now. The horror. The horror of that, the Karen Bass whispers. That's torture to me. See, I just, people just want to like passive aggressive you to death. That makes me just want to strangle somebody. Anyway, here you talk about brain death. Here is Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, and she's on who's this? Ilana Glazer? I don't know. It's some knitting circle podcast. I can't take it. There's so many listen, I know what business I'm in. I've been doing this before podcasts was, I think podcasting started technically around 2007. We started doing this show around 2000. Well, the earlier version of this show around 2006, but didn't even start making this show available for podcasts until 2015. Now there's just so many. I understand how oversaturated things are out there, but at the same time, it doesn't make me feel like, oh man, I gotta cut through the noise or something. Nah, I feel like it's very easy to differentiate yourself because it is just so tedious. And there's great stuff out there, but 95% of it, because there's so much shit out there, 95% is just like this. And I don't even know what the hell I'm listening to. It's Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez talking about how billionaires literally can't earn it. $1 billion cannot be earned. It's an impossibility.
There's a certain level of wealth and accumulation that is unearned, right? You can't earn $1 billion.
That's right.
You just can't earn that.
That's exactly correct.
You can get market power, you can break rules, you can do all sorts of things. You can abuse labor laws.
Yeah, okay.
You can pay people less than what they're worth.
Yep.
But you can't earn that, right?
Yeah, paying people less than what they're worth is the best way. The best way to make $1 million. That's the best way to make $1 million, $1 billion. All you got to do at that point is pay people even less. In fact, the less you pay people, the more billions you make.
That's right.
And so you have to create a myth that since you didn't earn that, you have to create a myth of earning it.
And I love how the equally stupid and brain dead people that sit across from somebody like AOC in this situation will go, it's like breathing in the farts. Like, yes. Okay. You had something savory for lunch. Like breathing the farts in deep. They want to just taste it. They want to, yes. See, I'm totally fine. Totally fine when people like this get together in their little knitting circle podcasts. They make rollicking asses out of themselves with one hot take or another. I am totally fine with it. But that's where it should end. No rights beyond that. You have your freedom of speech. You have the Fourth Amendment. You have the entire Bill of Rights there. You know, the original 10. That's what we should stick to. No voting. None of that. This is not even just a woman thing. This is just, we need to be able to identify this and do something about it. Because people like this, man, woman, or something in between, their lives don't improve when they vote. They can't really tell that. They can't really measure that, but their lives do not improve when they vote, and our lives don't improve when they vote. They just should be able to do this stupid shit and have all their free speech given. Go ahead and make a podcast, but please don't leave this room. Don't leave this room afterwards. We're going to slip you some peanut butter jelly sandwiches under the door. You want chocolate milk? We have 2% milk. We don't think that you can handle whole. You're getting the 2% milk here, chocolate, and you just have a good time. You want a cheese stick, or do you want some crinkle cut fries? You let me know, and we're going to take care of you. But you can't leave this room anymore. Yeah, the microphone is plugged into the wall. Talk into it whenever you want. I can't. Nobody can deal with this shit. It sucks that it has impact. I saw Sam Tripoli put this out, and I thought it was so funny. I had seen something about this woman. Her name is Erin Rose Phillip. She's the first black transgender woman with quadriplegic cerebral palsy who has now been signed to a major modeling agency. And here she is as she arrived at the Met Gala the other day, which is this big, I think, fashion-themed get-together where a whole bunch of preachy freaks wear different types of very, very expensive Halloween costumes. And they make all types of political commentary with, how a clamp on her nipple is, this nipple clamp means the suffering of some indigenous tribe up my ass. And this nipple piercing and my labia connected to my labia with a wallet chain means that the indigenous that's the Met Gala. Everybody, try the pate. Anyway, I don't want to look at this and like, I don't want to. I was not brought up that way to laugh at the sight of somebody that needs advanced care to be able to have any kind of functionality in life. But again, this is what the left does. They have brought back the freak show at the circus sideshow. that we all, I think, at one time or another, a long time ago at this point, agreed was inhumane way of, you can say that, the bearded woman needed to get some kind of work. She needed to get some kind of work, and she wanted to be able to support herself, and it was hard to get a job or whatever, and it just made more sense. At least here's a place where I don't have to shave. And this is what they do. They put people who have all types of conditions onto ice skates, and they skate them around, and everybody has to sit around and go incredibly brave, and that's fine. But we know, making a black transgender quadriplegic the first of their kind to score a major modeling agency contract, you're just like, wow, okay, good for them. Everybody deserves to make a living. But what's the message that is being sent that this person has been chosen as a viable prop to be able to send that message? And that's just all it is now. It's very hard to feel happy for people because we know that nothing is as it seems. But anyway, Sam Tripoli saw this and he retweeted it. And he said, "This is the final level boss of wokeness. I have no clue what happens next. Did we finish the game? Do we go back to normal and start all over again? I guess we just wait and see." And I think that's just perfect on this. Like, where do you go from there? Did we finish the game is such a awesome line. Did we finish the game? Now what do we do? Do we start it all over? Do we go to a new level, do a new difficulty? Do we go from hard to veteran or something like that? No, I don't want to go to veteran. This was bad enough. Did we finish the game? It makes sense. Hey, listen, before we go on to the next thing, which is the Hantavirus or whatever the hell, and we're not going to be too crazy with it. It's more so, what do you think they're trying? This happened on Friday or something, or it was in the Discord, and I said, we brought up the whole idea of us buying a ghost town again. Every couple of years it comes up. If we can go out there and buy some abandoned town, all the Franklies, maybe it's a few hundred acres. There's houses, there's a little marketplace, there's a chapel, whatever the hell it is. We have our own town. And we are able to, I think what we were talking about is The Village. It was a reference to M. Night Shyamalan's The Village, where you have this closed off society where everybody inside is really kept in kind of like a puritanical 18th century hell, where they don't wander outside of the corn because they believe that there's monsters there and all that other stuff. And what it really ends up being is that at the end, once somebody is just, breaks beyond that ice wall or that corn wall, they realize that they were just in the middle of modern day society, but generations had just been kept in this crazy little petri dish where everything was just stagnant and you were living like pilgrims, So I started thinking to myself, what if the whole idea of Franklyville or whatever the hell it is, it's just a working title. But what if the whole idea of Franklyville is we can almost make like The Village, but a little bit more enjoyable village, where the isolated society that is able to just be a little bit of a bastion from all the craziness can almost be like you step back into the 90s or something like that, where everything is just a little bit, kids running all over the place, coming home when the lights go on, people have some beepers. We'll keep the cell phones to a degree. I don't know. Maybe it's all flip phones or something like that. But I started thinking about this whole idea, and I want you guys to call in on something. And this is where we're going to start taking some calls in a few minutes as soon as the Hantavirus or whatever it is gets out of the way. And you can call in on that as well. But my whole question here is, what would you want as a feature inside of this village that we can create? if we actually can make this community in some place where we are ample distance away from everything. Jay Gulanello has his little complex over there where it's not only, health and wellness, but there's also doctors that come in that want to live, just live in there. We really have things worked out. What kind of features would you want to see in this village? Like, for example, Rev in the Discord said, can we build a firmament over Franklyville to keep all of the spraying out and shit like that? That's why in the thumbnail today we have this bright, sunny, beautiful, quaint little village inside of a firmament. And I said, okay, that'll be interesting. Build a firmament around it. So what else you want to do? I just think that if we actually got something like this done, I know that those nights on the village green would be awesome. There would probably be fire pits every night on that village green. Blazed Rhino said, and I would be the one with explosives. So there would be, explosives. See, it's got a little bit chaotic already. We got some fire pits on the village green. We have a firmament over our heads to make sure that I don't know about that. I get a little claustrophobic. Just give me the open air, no matter what the hell we're contending with. I'd rather that than be in a fishhole. But you know what? Fishbowl. But that's what Rev wanted to do. So I wanted to put that out there. What are we adding to Franklyville? You got to call in with that in just a few minutes. Think about it. What do you want there? What's it going to be? All right, let's see. So this whole virus thing, I started the way I found out about it. Some of you probably saw it too. There was like this guy that made almost like a hostage video kind of a thing, like a TikTok video from this cruise ship, a small cruise ship that is making its way around the world, all around the Atlantic, going from South Africa to skimming by Antarctica and stuff like that. And this one guy's making this frantic video about how conditions on the boat are, that there was a virus outbreak. There's all these different types of reporting about who is sick from it, that there's 3 deaths, there's no deaths, and everybody's in good spirits. Everything is fine. Everything's not fine. And as time goes on, it started getting ridiculous on Twitter and on GLP and 4chan and everything else. So people are talking about it now. The crazy thing about this is that you've got the BBC coming out and calming everybody down, which I thought was interesting. The WHO coming out and calming everybody down. In fact, I think that the woman that they sent out for the WHO to say that, hey, listen, this does not spread easily. It's not another COVID, anything like that. I'm pretty sure, could be wrong because it has been 6 years, but I'm pretty sure that this is the same chick that they sent out there for COVID, who actually kind of screwed up the narrative a little bit at first when she came out within the first week or so and assured everybody that asymptomatic people cannot spread the virus, which of course was detrimental. That was a big no-no. If you're going to keep people scared and absolutely, too petrified to go out of their houses, because, I mean, think about how key that whole idea that asymptomatic people are, you could be sick and not even know it. So I remember that with the WHO and COVID at first. Somebody came out, this woman came out, made a reassuring statement, and about a day or two later, they had to go in and reverse it. Just like people like Anthony Fauci were saying reasonable things about what masks can and cannot do at first. And then by the end of the whole ordeal was saying, well, you can layer up 3 or 4 masks and it's quadruple the protection. That's the kind of shit that we got. Sometime over the course of days, other time over the course of years. So this one is rat-borne, and that's all I keep seeing around this thing, is that the only way to really catch this thing is if you're playing with rat pee or rat shit. I guess everybody in Idaho better watch out, because Idaho apparently has been completely overtaken by rats. So the WHO is playing it down, stressing this doesn't spread this the like the flu. It's just rat waste and all that stuff. So people are suspicious about why BBC and the WHO are actually very lax about this. Is it more serious than they're letting on? They want to make this thing, they want to make this thing spread a little bit more. Like some people just don't know how to act about any of it. So it also, all that should be noted and taken note of. Now, the X-Files is going around. There's a lot of predictive programming drops that are going on out there. If you're following people like Christopher Knowles and others, you're going to get served up a lot of this. And this is the stuff I really love. I remember this X-Files movie from 1998. We went to go see it. We went to go see it at the Mamaroneck Playhouse in Mamaroneck, New York, when it came out. And here is a scene between David Duchovny and Martin Landau talking about, well, you'll see.
Did you write?
You know my work? I was right about Dallas, wasn't I?
How were you right?
Are you familiar with the Hantavirus, Agent Mulder?
Are you familiar with the Hantavirus?
Yeah, it was a deadly virus spread by field mice in the southwestern United States several years ago.
According to the newspaper, FEMA was called out to manage an outbreak of the Hantavirus. Are you familiar with what the Federal Emergency Management Agency's real power is? FEMA allows the White House to suspend constitutional government upon declaration of a national emergency. Think about that. What is an agency with such broad sweeping power doing managing a small viral outbreak in suburban Texas?
You're saying it wasn't such a small outbreak?
No. I'm saying it wasn't the Hantavirus.
Well, what was it? What was it?
When we were young men in the military, your father and I were recruited for a project. They told us it was biological warfare or a virus.
What killed those men?
What killed them, I won't even write about. We have no context for what killed those men, or any appreciation of the scale at which it'll be unleashed in the future.
A plague?
The plague to end all plagues, Agent Mulder. A silent weapon for a quiet war. The systematic release of an indiscriminate organism for which the men who will bring it on still have no cure. They've been working on this for 50 years.
Now, I love stuff. I love cloak and dagger kind of stuff like this. I love all that, those types of movies. I really, really do. We don't get nearly enough of them anymore. There is nothing like a gargantuan kind of a theme that is being mulled over and just, I don't know, the huddling in a dark alleyway is awesome. That is just the best scenery for anything like this. Like trying to put together a huge, getting any kind of perspective on a huge mystery that has to be solved or something. And I just love that stuff. So great atmosphere, a fun movie. I haven't seen it in very many years, but what Martin Landau is saying in this scene is that the Hantavirus in this particular instance was a cover story for something that was actually alien related, which I think is also just, so 2026. We are right there. That's just, I love the convergence of all this. Like I said, I want to see how Iran wraps up. I'd like to have that be quick because I'd like to see the gas go down. That's all I care about anymore. Don't give a shit. I guess I won't even worry about the auditing of Fort Knox anymore. And is it possible to get rid of the income tax in 2 years? Well, we'll see. But in the meantime, I am excited about all this other stuff because how can you build all this up and have nothing, not try anything? Even if it's underwhelming, can you at least just roll something out between all of the alien UFO disclosure stuff that is ramping up, and there's always new stuff that's on top of it. Now we got the fact that we got all these stories about American, evangelical pastors and stuff like that who are being prepped. Hey, prepare your congregations and all that stuff for what is going to be coming out. That the Dr. David Jacobs kind of human hybrid program lines and all that stuff. There's so much that has been added around this since we started getting TikTok stories. I mean, Tic Tac, the Oumuamua stories in December of 2017. So much has been put onto that plate. It's incredible. So you have that, and now you have this. And the fact that in this movie, you know, it really is hand in glove. I think that's an interesting thing. But you're getting assurances from all the people out there that you don't have to worry about the virus. But is it a cover for something else? Lo and behold, though, we get this from the BBC. Also, about 11 hours ago, scientists are working to create a hantavirus vaccine. Now, listen, I don't want to have to do this, ladies and gentlemen, but we may have to release Luigi Mangione. We may have to release Luigi. The pandemic ends now. That's all I'm going to say. When I saw this, no, this ends now. Release Luigi. Let him go. If this doesn't stop, I'm not playing this fucking game. Not playing this game. Not happening. If this doesn't stop, I say Luigi gets released. Then everybody will just be like, all right, we'll stop. I say, everybody, that's what we do. Anytime they try to pull this bullshit, we should release Luigi just like the Duke. Just like the Duke. Scientists working to create a hantavirus vaccine. An international team of scientists is working to create a vaccine against a virus suspected of killing 3 people on a cruise ship in the Atlantic. The MV Hondius set sail from Argentina last month, with 3 cases of hantavirus typically spread by rodents since confirmed on the ship and more suspected. Chemist Professor Asel Sartabeva from the University of Bath is part of the team involving experts in the United States and South Africa currently working on a vaccine. Obviously, developing a vaccine would be amazing because then we can prevent instances of this disease happening or at least mitigate the really bad consequences of the infection. So that's what they're working on. One of 3 deaths was a Dutch woman who left the MV Hondius when it stopped at St. Helena on April 24th and traveled to South Africa when she died 2 days later. Her husband died on board the 11th of April, but is not confirmed case of hantavirus. The 3rd fatality, a German woman, is not yet confirmed case either. So I really don't I don't see this going anywhere. I don't see it going anywhere, but then again, we didn't see the other thing going anywhere either, and it was really just about managing narratives and something that people were not prepared for anymore. Now, there are no doubt millions who will put the face masks back on the moment they are ordered to do it. Many millions. We are very outnumbered. No doubt. So I just see what you guys think. It's up to you. In reality, what I would really love to get from you guys is what you think that what we should put in the Franklyville. What would you like if we're going to create a M. Night Shyamalan village that is actually, you know, good old Americana utopia, like our kind of a utopia where it's just, you know, block parties on the 4th of July, fireworks, Little League fields, Friday night lights at the high school, football games and homecoming bonfires, you know, the big Thanksgiving dinners and even bigger Christmas dinners, a ball drop in the town square on midnight and New Year's Eve if it's not too cold, whatever, sleigh riding, you know, no need for a community watch. What the hell do you want? No cars that are older, that are younger than 1999. What is it that you want in this new type of village that we can create? I will say this though. One more thing about the hantavirus, because we have another time traveler, it seems, and that's another thing. If you guys are time travelers, if there are any time travelers out there, I really want to hear from you. What the hell happened to the computer? I am so cursed with technology. I'm so cursed. It's nuts. All of my screens just froze, shrunk up, and then re-expanded to full screen again. I have no fucking clue what I'm dealing with over here. I never do. Every 6 months or so, I have to reconvene with Jim Lee, see what the hell's going on. Maybe it's a program. Maybe it's actually I'm having a problem because Jim Lee put spy program on my computer, and he's watching my every move. He's going to be on the show on Monday, so I'll ask him then if he's actually been terrorizing me in some kind of an undetectable way. But we have another time traveler, ladies and gentlemen. We had it with the last Trump would-be assassin, and here we have it again. A single account. Let's see here. How many tweets do they have? How many tweets? 3 tweets. 4 tweets. And they're all in June they're all in June of 2022. It's from somebody called Soothsayer. All right? June 10th, 2022. Everybody is happy today and weep tomorrow. Love is jealous on June 10th. Love is jealous with limitations. It is possessive, but never greedy. And then the big one, on June 11th, the next day, 2023, Corona ended. 2026, Hantavirus. Okay? The next tweet and the final tweet was on June 17th, 2022. If a person made you smile, laugh for how many times already, for sure that person can make you cry real tears too, like some fortune cookie nonsense. Now, here's the thing, again, as my computer continues to glitch out and shrink and expand, there's got to be a trick to this. There's got to be a trick to this. No doubt about it. Somebody's got to have a trick. Or, I mean, I guess it could just be catching lightning in a bottle. I guess it could be. But it's just so crazy. This thing has been viewed, I don't know how many millions of times. Corona ended in 2023, 2026, Hantavirus. And just like that, we have another time traveler on Twitter. So the crazy thing is that people even found they even found, I don't know, a few other things there too. All the same. But if you are from the future, please call into the show tonight. Call into the show. It's 914-200-0269. The lines are open now. Give me a buzz. Wherever the hell you are, if you're from the future, call into the show. If you're from the past, call into the show as well. Okay? And if you're from the future, please, can you get in touch with me? I said it on Twitter earlier on today. Get in touch with me with some, World Series winners, some sure bets on a horse race, a boxing. Is somebody going to take a dive sometime soon? Some kind of a sure bet. You let me know what's going to happen when. Because Hantavirus, would-be assassins of the president, that's not going to help me buy land anytime faster. No time soon. I need a little bit of help. And so does everybody at home. So call in with lottery numbers. Anything else, just give us a buzz. I am just tired. I'm tired of it all. So that's what we have. And that's all I got for you on that end. There's so much more that we're going to be doing in the second half. But let's open up the lines and see who's there. We've got a nice group of people out there, so across all of the platforms. So give us a buzz, pick up the line, be a part of it, and we're going to have some reels, reactions, and some other things in the second half. I think Mike Baldwin is even going to stop by because I couldn't get Matt to come by, and I had a couple other things fall through. So you know what? I want to have some fun. All right, over there to the Super Chats. And remember, guys, for the Super Chats, I'm going to be drawing your guys' names tonight. I'm drawing your names. Anybody who has sent a Super Chat throughout the first 3 days of the week, I'm adding everybody in for that tonight, and you're getting this. You're getting Flip City Magazine. You're getting 3 gold backs from Quite Frankly Gold. You've got this wonderful box of goodies over here. I'll show you in a moment. Let's get to some calls for 718, a home slice. Go ahead.
Hi, Frank. I'm not a time traveler, but you were talking about the Hantavirus. Do you remember Gene Hackman's wife? She died from that.
That's what she... Wait. The one the one that was found inside of the home with him?
Yeah, she died from that in February 2025. And nobody made a big deal about that. Nobody's getting vaccinated then, right?
Oh, shit.
And that's why, yeah. And then he died because I think he had dementia, and then nobody was helping him. And the dog died because they had him locked up and nobody fed them. But that's, I was going to tell you about that. The other thing was, remember the movie The Thing?
Yeah, I do.
With John Carpenter and Kurt Russell. That was kind of like, could be with, just use them, outside the box. If it's not the virus, it could be something like The Thing. That would be pretty wild.
I can't believe that I missed this. But then again, it's a detail that really didn't matter until today. Like you said, nobody got all crazy about we need a vaccine really quick. But here it is. Yeah, again from BBC. Rodent nests found near house where Gene Hackman's wife died of Hantavirus. And so, I mean, all right. I thank you for bringing that up because I had completely missed it.
Yeah, no problem. Can I tell you what I would bring into Franklyville too?
What would you bring?
Rule: no Met hats.
What would you bring?
Caps. No Met caps.
No Met caps. No. We don't want to infect the community with metropolitan caps. No doubt. I'm with you. No Mr. Met. Nothing. No nothing. Too much.
Yeah, no Met caps. And maybe horses and Winchesters. So we have to worry about gas.
That's nice. I'm liking it. People are going back to horses. Horses and Winchesters. Also, we only smoke unfiltered cigarettes. Let's take a call. 612, you're on the air. Go ahead. Hello.
Also, we only.
Hello there, sir. Go right ahead.
Hey, I am a time traveler.
Good. Okay. Now, where are you time traveling from?
I'm time traveling from like 2050, 2060 in that era.
Okay. You don't know the year you left?
No.
Okay.
Of course not.
Okay. We'll
they don't let you.
So
they don't let you.
So tell me a little something about the future.
I want to give you some predictions.
Okay, please.
Qualified predictions. Okay. Everybody that thinks that this war between good and evil is just going to end when the arrests happen. Second, the fight has just begun. We have to start taking responsibility for our own communities and our own politics within our own communities. Without that, we are screwed. In the future, we accomplish that. We don't hold on to it for nearly as long enough. And we could change the timeline only if we just put a little more pressure on those pricks.
How did we do it? Because I have an idea of how the only way that we could go forward and actually win, and it has a lot to do with secession, and that's what my thought. It's hyper-localization and secession is the first and most important thing that needs to be done. So, but I wonder, since you are from the 2050s and 60s, like you said, around there, give us one good thing that we can hang our hat on before you leave.
We can hang our hat on. It's that God wins, right?
Okay.
God wins.
All right. Well,
the Almighty wins.
So
all we're going through right now is just emotions. Hang in there. It'll be all right. God wins, and the golden era is real.
All right. So we're gonna have the second coming in the next 30 years. I'm down with that. I'd like to be around for that. No, you wouldn't, Frank. It's going to be horrifying. Well, I think the people who are being given modeling contracts right now are horrifying. So I'd like to meet Jesus in some really glorious kind of like a, I want to see the looks on their faces. 737, go ahead. You're on the air.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about the Hantavirus.
Yes, go right ahead. Hantavirus.
Yeah. All right, I didn't know if you guys remember this, but a couple years ago in Australia, that virus plus another one ended up missing. We didn't worry about the Hantavirus because it was rodent to rodent, but the other virus that was also kept in the same place was enabled to be rodent to human, and they both came up missing. Like I think it was like 2022, 2023.
You know, I think I saw somebody retweeting that very that very story just before I went, because you know this is where everybody starts pulling up the all the past stories, and they connect a lot of dots, and a lot of dots are there to be there's a lot of dots to be connected right now. I'm just going to see if I can actually find that here, but I don't think so. I don't think I can find it right now with any kind of degree of success. But still, yeah, I don't know, man. The crazy thing is that all the people you would expect to have really been on board to make this thing go crazy, they're all really chill right now. But I think where the big hang up is in the guy that was putting out that first video. He's like the only one who's publishing anything from the actual cruise ship in question, which is, you know, you think about how everything is really so hard to transmit, and a lot of people are talking about quarantine and all that other stuff. But I don't know that there's been a lot of anomalous things that have been coming out about the people on that boat, or what has not been posted on that boat, and whether or not the people there that are making all of the social media, that one guy in particular, if he's just, you know, part of an operation to start seeding this in social media, knowing the viral nature of such a, you know, of a scenario where there's people trapped at sea, there's a virus that could be a problem that is making its way through the boat, and you know who's dead and where are they going to dock, and who, you know, all that other stuff. So I'm wondering, and a few other people there are too, because I've seen the breakdowns of that video come from a few sources, are wondering if that was the seed that was planted, that, hey, yeah, the BBC types, the WHO types, they are chilling out right now, just letting the internet do its own kind of percolating, its own kind of simmering, until they can step in and say, okay, well, maybe there is something to worry about. Either way, I think it's a good time to just relax, because thankfully we've been through this and it wasn't too far long ago. And
right.
Yeah.
Hey, one more thing, Frank. I'm on Twitch watching you. We share the same birthday.
April 2nd?
Yeah, April 2nd. I was born in '69, though.
Happy birthday to us. It's a great day.
I said it in the chat when that day was.
Well, it's good. It's good to hear from you. I hope you call in again soon. I hope you had a good birthday month.
Long-time listener.
Good. Be a long-time caller too. That's what I like.
Oh, no problem. No problem. I'll talk to you later. Have a good one.
Take care, man. Yeah, this is for deep lore and conspiracy theories. I don't care about the actual virus, because who knows what we were actually getting sick with the first time around. Obviously, most of it was flu, because the flu just doesn't disappear. The flu doesn't take the flu doesn't consciously bow out and say, you know what? We've been around for a while. We're going to let this new virus have its way. You don't need us right now. You know what? COVID, it's up to you. This is your time. That wasn't a conscious decision made by the flu, by influenza A and B. So who the hell knows? It really is just all about watching the people who we know have no scruples, and they don't care who they kill to send a message or to fluff up their stock portfolio. Let's take a call. 315. You're on the air.
Hey, hold on. That was unexpected. Let me just pause this for a second. There you go. Hey, what's going on, Frank?
Hey, what's going on? Do you mind taking me off of speakerphone?
I got a Bluetooth in. Hold on.
Okay.
How's that?
Oh, infinitely better. Okay, go ahead.
All right, great. So, I'm not from the future, not from the past. Do you use Brave browser at all? Just curious.
I did use Brave browser a couple of years ago, and I was having a lot of problems with some things, and then I went back to Chrome, but I might go back to Brave.
Right. So, I just happened to look up. I just typed in patents for the Hantavirus vaccine, and if you scroll down a few links down a little farther, don't go to the first one or the second one. You keep going, like maybe like 3 or 4 down. I pulled it up, and there was a patent awarded back in like 1993, 1992 to the United States Army. There's a whole bunch of names listed and stuff, but you can look this stuff up. It's quite interesting that this is all coming about now, and that if you look this up, you can find it from back in the early 90s where they're doing a vaccine with the United States Army.
Well, I know just from having family and friends who have, served in, most the Army, Marines, Navy, and they tell me about all the different types of shots that they had to take, especially if they were on ships or something like that. These big shots called peanut butter shots and all that other stuff.
Yeah, right.
So I wouldn't be surprised. And it's not like this is something new. I mean, I'm not really seeing any panic. But the internet, especially the corners that we hang out in, are full of people who just they get their rocks off sleuthing about and connecting dots, and especially when it comes to pattern recognition and predictive, anything that could be classified as predictive programming. We know that people who were behind the management and even the game, the war gaming for the last run in 2020 have said that the next one is going to be X, Y, and Z bigger, and you'll see what's going to happen the next time. And
I remember. Yeah,
so,
when Bill Gates said that. Yeah.
Yes, what? So when this kind of thing pops up, I understand why people are just like, all right, well, let's just take note of what's being said. Let's take note of all the details that are being put out there, and then just go about our lives. It's more so about not trusting people who have infinite amount of resources and the ability to dictate the nightly news to newscasters and all that. It's more so about keeping an eye on those folks than it is about really being worried about viruses that have been around forever.
Right. Absolutely.
Did you see? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
It was on the news the other day. My wife's watching ABC, and I see this. I see the whole ship on the news, and she watches it religiously, and she believes everything on there. And I'm just like, I walk by and I'm hearing it, and I'm like, oh, here we go again. It's like it's crazy.
I thought it was poop. I thought when I heard about it, it's like, oh, Hantavirus is on some cruise ship in the Atlantic sometime. Oh, it was like last week or something. I heard about it, whatever the hell it was, and I said, oh, like, is it like I thought it was like norovirus, because that's another reason why I no thank you with the cruises. If I know somebody who has like some kind of a mega, if I ever started if I made a friend who just happened to be a billionaire and has a mega yacht and says, hey, I would love you and the kids to come out with me into the Mediterranean and just chill out in the Adriatic or something like that, and whatever, I would hang out on somebody's mega yacht. But as far as all of these cruise ships, it's just like, especially after I watched Poop Cruise last year, right on July 3rd, it was like, when I watched Poop Cruise last year, I was like, I'm not going, as if I ever wanted to go on these cruises. It's like somebody farts wrong on a ship and everybody's got some kind of a stomach bug, and because you can't go anywhere, you're a packed skyscraper that's floating around on its side, and you can't go anywhere. So yeah, I expect these viruses.
Did you actually look at the cruise ship? They call it a cruise ship, but like
it
was a lot smaller than a cruise ship, and there was like no pools on the outside decks. It was just like all like enclosed. It was just like a big ship, and it was all inside. There was nothing to do outside or anything. You pay attention to that?
Oh yeah. Well, I was looking. This is the ship right here, right? Isn't this it? What is it? Hold on. Wait a second. That's it. This thing, it looks like a ferry.
Yeah, and I didn't notice like anything to do outside or a pool or anything like that. Anything kind of fun, like, you know what I mean? But
Yeah, I mean, when I saw this thing, I just don't know. It just doesn't look very impressive. I would never go on that thing. It looks like a ferry. Like you would jump on that thing. What the hell just happened? Okay, I don't know. So yeah,
short story or long story short, you know, they're going to try whatever they can try, and I just don't think it's going to work again.
Well, I hope not.
People are done. You know what I mean?
I know.
Or it could go in the opposite direction, and they could actually release something that's real, and everybody says, "Go fuck yourself," and then we all go get sick and die. I don't know.
Listen, it's you have to consider everything. Thank you for the call, and that's what will really make you go nuts, because they understand what works when. We were just talking about this last night with Matt from Cultivate Elevate. Like, what if you're going to take the mysticism out of the looking glass technology? If you're going to take all kind of mystical powers out of a device like that we've often talked about, if you're going to take all of the myth and legend out of it, and you just think practically about what Palantir is, the Palantir from Lord of the Rings, and how AI, Palantir as a company, what it really, and how we are plugged into AI, and how really easy we are to predict, especially the more unenlightened, woefully unenlightened, the mass majority of people around us are. We saw that firsthand. You saw what a little bit of pressure, what a little bit of peer pressure did to billions of people. Okay? In this country, hundreds of millions. You saw what a little bit of peer pressure, and then a lot of bit of peer pressure, but it works. You know, so a lot was learned. They're always taking notes. A War of the Worlds came up last night with Matt as well. And War of the Worlds was something that was very, very, that broadcast, the Orson Welles broadcast from 1937, 1938 was very, very studied, well studied. You go listen to James Corbett. I remember when James Corbett came on this show, I wanted to bring that particular thing up, that wonderful video he did about how to stage an alien invasion. If you go check that out on your own tonight, go watch it. James Corbett, How to Stage an Alien Invasion. And he goes into all of the very powerful moneyed interests, the Rockefeller Foundation, the Rockefeller family, chief among them, who put a good amount of money into studying the psychological effects and fallout of how it was received, that radio broadcast on October 30th. That October 30th War of the Worlds radio broadcast. I mean, that stuff is always studied, always taken note of. And now data collection is just so, it's simple. It's like what we were talking about before with you would think that right now it'd be so easy for somebody who knows how to just make things go viral. If some shit-kicking kid out there wanted to be able to run for office and put all of their creative powers into just making them the biggest thing, either in their local area or whatever the hell it was, and, you know, get elected mayor or something like that, you have everything you need. I mean, you still need money to be able to air commercials on television and on radio. But if most people are getting all of their media needs, whether it's entertainment or information, on the internet, then, I mean, all you got to do is be there. That's all you got to do. And all of that stuff. I mean, I was using that as an example of how easy it is to be able to put information out there and to extract information. So you think about all the profile points that were put in our file, in our dossier as a country in this stage in our development after 2020, 2021, and all that stuff. When they see that people are compliant to a certain degree, and all of a sudden the compliance starts to wane, and then there's resistance, and then there's outright refusal, to the point where people are jaded by anything that the central authorities are saying, at that point, you have to also be mindful and consider that once they see that people no longer believe what the central authorities say, that could also be used against you as well. because then they can give you real information and you'd be like, yeah, go fuck yourself. And it turns out being information that you may have needed. So I think the real thing there is it's not only saying no thank you to and having distrust and disdain for centralized power. That is definitely something we need to link arms on again. It is a cultural cornerstone for us as Americans, especially since we're looking at 250 years of a sovereign state. But you need something else. There needs to be a tether. Obviously, there needs to be spiritual grounding and faith. But there also needs to be really good parallel systems already in place. Like, for example, it's not good enough to say, all right, well, this person said it, so I don't believe it at all, and I'm going to do the exact opposite. No. I mean, think about the things that, like, if we talk to Jay Gulanello about something like, Ozempic or whatever the peptide that is behind Ozempic really is. Like, you take a look at how popular culture is taking this weight loss drug and is turning people into these gaunt-looking skeletons that are shitting their pants and having terrible dreams all the time. You take a look at that, and then you talk to Jay, who does not completely discount like the active ingredients and all that stuff, but puts different layers onto it, and says in certain scenarios, when coupled with this, and this, and administered in this way, it could be beneficial to the body, especially for somebody who's trying to correct some severe metabolic disorders or whatever the hell else like that. Like it's never always just this person said that, which means I need to do the exact opposite. That could just be a jujitsu move. So disdain and distrust is great. I think the sooner that we break the backs, we break the trust that people have in government's good intentions, the better, no doubt about it. But it's just like quitting a job. You got to have something else lined up that is not built on merely going in the opposite direction of everything that is said by the past authority, So that's what psychological warfare is all about. Eventually people just say, I'm just going to sit in the backyard and have a cigar. And don't come looking for me. Leave me alone for about an hour. Leave me alone for a weekend. If the phone rings, tell them I'm not here. Tell them I'm getting a colonoscopy. Something. So I understand where it's all coming from. Let's take another call. Then we have to get these. Well, hold on. I can't do that. Hold on. All right, one more call. 413, real quick. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Frank. It's Grady.
Hey, Grady.
I left your super chat. I keep forgetting to say congratulations on a new coconut.
Thank you. And I told Lauren today, I said, you know what? Whatever we do, name this baby. I think coconut is sticking because that's all. I'm calling her coconut now. Everybody else is calling her. I think Aurora got her way in some incredible way.
Okay, one other thing.
Yeah.
In terms of this whole fake alien invasion of Project Bluebeam or whatever, personally, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what kind of CGI this will write us.
Me too.
So bring it on. Grab your popcorn, enjoy your show.
Exactly. Grady, I'm telling you, that's really what it comes down to. Whether it's the alien thing or this, Iran, whatever the hell else, I am just curious to see what the makeup looks like. I want to talk about the makeup. I want to talk about the quality of the storyline. I want to break this down like we would break down, the episodes of the last season of Game of Thrones or something like that. We got to approach this with, a seriousness, but also a lightheartedness as well, because you have to remember so much of this is aimed at stealing life force from us and happiness and rooking us of our joy. So we've got to find a way to maintain that while we deal with this radioactive material here.
Exactly.
All right.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Have a good one, my friend. Take care.
Sure.
All right. There you go. So that was Grady. I'm going to take that off real quick because I have to get your super chats on real quick, and then we're going to have some fun with Mike Baldwin, who should be showing up any moment. But I lost track of the time because you guys are just fantastic. You guys are kicking ass tonight. I love getting calls from you all tonight. We have great viewership across the board, and it's really nice to see it. Jay Britt says, nightly child support installment for the coconut. You see what I'm talking about? I appreciate it, man. I really do. Let me get you in there again. Jay Britz. Elisa says, for the first time ever, got you live on my TV. Elisa, it's good to have you out, and thank you. I'm glad to have you on the TV. I heard that Rumble. I heard that Pilled. Matt from Pilled told me that Pilled is getting a app back on the App Store, and also a television app, an app for the television. That's going to be awesome. So it's good. Welcome to the show, Elisa. Nathan Davis says, I'm also mad as hell, Frank, and I'm not going to take it anymore. I got you there. Nathan Davis. Barb Miller says, Frank, are you selling the t-shirt that you have on? No, not yet. I can't run inventory like that just yet. I bought a whole bunch of these so that I can give them out to people who sign up as monthly sponsors at a $10 tier or higher. So I do have that. For current sponsors that want it, I've also just email me and I'll tell you what I have available, and I can always get more. I want to be able to sell some of these at the Spring Fling for like $20 a piece, because then we won't have to ship them or anything like that. But hopefully by the end of the year, I can be able to add this to the merch store on quitefrankly.tv, run by Rise Attire. I just wanted to be able to use this as a way to invite people to become monthly sponsors for the show in my 20th year of broadcast. So, get in touch with me. Email me, and let's talk. I don't want to keep it from people, but I did want to use it as an incentive to bring on some monthly sponsors, because it's really important, and it doesn't take much. Let's see. Rev, that's Barb Miller. I got you in there. Barb Miller. Rev says, I really don't want a dome or a fishbowl per se, but I wanted a way to protect us and the animals and the food from geoengineering spraying. Rev, it is perfectly reasonable. Perfectly reasonable. I don't want the dome either, but I know why you put it out there. Jorico says, I couldn't help myself, Frank. Congratulations on the news of Little Coconut. All the best to you and the girls. Aguri. Thank you. Jorico, thank you so much. And then Mark the Carnivore from 13 hours ago says, excellent show with Matt last night, as always. I want that tallow. Shout out to all the Franklies and the Badlanders. Yeah, this is what you're getting. This right here, this is from our friend Dean, guys. Deansy in the chat room. He and his wife started this company, Tallow and Tend skincare.com. This is what I want to start doing for business owners in the audience. They sent me this gift basket right here. It's got the linen spray, it's got the body butter, it's got the lip balm, it's got that awesome tallow soap. It smells so good. The lavender and the chamomile. It's all. I wish I had one for myself. But this entire thing is going out to the winner of the thing tonight, along with Flip City and 3 gold backs from quitefrankly.gold. So if you are a small, mid-sized, large business owner and you want to give something away for a super chat raffle, get in touch with me. They got very, very affordable plugs all throughout the week. And this is going out to somebody who's going to be able to use their product. I think that's great value. And I want to start doing more stuff like that rather than continuing to bring on more sponsors, because I like Keto Brainz. I love Keto Brainz. I use it a lot. I know people out there like it, and I like this. Not that we won't bring on other sponsors for events and whatever, but I think this would be really awesome to see the kind of business that we have out there in the audience. So get in touch with me. Oh wait, Lauren says we do have some of that tallow still, and I plan to use it on my belly. Okay, well there you have it. The body butter, right, Laura? I was pretty sure that they sent the body butter like months ago when they started their business. I think it's the body butter. Butter up that body. Okay, let's see. over on Rumble, real quick before we bring on Mike Baldwin, because you're going to love these reels. We're going to have a good laugh together now. Let me see. Rumble Rick is now a monthly supporter on Rumble. Thank you, Rick. Let me get you in there. Rumble Rick. Got great people watching on Rumble tonight. I don't know what the hell happened. Grandma Grateful says, can we have a roller coaster in our town? Of course we can. That means we just have to have like I don't know. That'd be awesome to have a small roller coaster somewhere in the back. Awaken Boomer says, can we have a lake? And if the internet was really fair, your show would be on the top 10. Hate the show, Frank. I hate it too. A lake? Yes, we're going to have that. A lake, it's going to have to be well stocked with fish. And there needs to be just a lot of children out there that are learning how to fish. I got to learn how to fish. Kay Corvin says, my Hantavirus or next virus conspiracy, they will attempt lockdowns and use these damn flock cameras to enforce compliance. Add in kill switches coming out, and us unvaccinated won't be going anywhere. Well, guess what, Kay? I think that there's going to be a lot more resistance than you think. I think people are ready to throw down at this point. Lives were absolutely ruined. Marriages were ruined. People lost their lives. Kids are still illiterate. They were completely, like, you just think about what was destroyed. I don't think so, man. I really don't think so. I don't. Jay Semo says, great end of a great week. Looking forward to 2 more shows. I am looking forward to it as well. All right, let's bring on Mike Baldwin, shall we? It's been a good week, but it's going to get better. I know. It's going to get better. And let's see if we can catch him. Oh, we caught him. How are you, Mike?
What, catch me doing? What did you think I was doing?
I don't know. Wait, you know what? I'm not used to you not having a Christmas tree up still.
I know. I need to. I have a little baby stupid one, but yeah, I don't have the good one. But I didn't do it on purpose, but my mirror back there is reflecting my Apple TV screensaver pretty nicely. So it all works out.
That's just the way it worked out.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, listen, man, how's everything been with you? You been well?
Yeah, I've been fine.
Are you
just in the last 2 days I've gotten May work. I was worried that I wasn't gonna make a lot of money in May, and a day or two ago somebody was like, do you want to do Oklahoma City next weekend? And I was like, yes. And then just today a guy messaged me and was like, can you do Albuquerque at the end of the month, because somebody just canceled? And I was like, yes. So now I have work, and that's good.
You know, are these people reaching out to you because they are finding your videos?
Neither of those two are. I would say maybe 10% of the shows I do are from just random people that are like, hey man, I'd love to, I own a bar, I want to have a comedy night or whatever. But no, the Albuquerque thing is a comedy club. I know the owner. He owns clubs in Dallas and Fort Worth, and the Oklahoma City thing, I've worked for them for years.
You know why? Because I mean, I'm subscribed to you wherever you are. I'm subscribed to you on Twitter and YouTube and Instagram, because we talk all over, and also just I like the stuff you're putting out there. But you've been doing really well with getting it out there. Great clips. They're always hilarious. The crowd seems to really love you wherever you go. So I just wonder how much that is actually really, makes an impact on your booking going forward.
The only real difference that posting online seems to make is that I make a little bit of money. I get money from Facebook and I get money from TikTok, and it varies anywhere between $30 and $900. I had a few things blow up here and there, and you had a cool surprise month or two.
Good for you.
On Facebook a few times. Yeah. One of them was just a thing with my grandma. It wasn't even a comedy thing. I went to Kohl's with my grandma, and and she told me to watch her purse while she was in the fitting room trying stuff on. And another lady walked up and was walking into the dressing room, and I was like, I'm watching purses here, so if you want to just leave your purse, you can go on in. And the lady was like, okay, thank you, and just left her purse with a stranger. And anyway, I took a picture of that and posted that story on Facebook, and it got like 10 million views or something stupid. So yeah, I work on all this comedy shit, and then I go to Kohl's with my grandma, and the internet's like, that's what we want.
See that in the moments where you're talking to yourself about your meatloaf. It's the
Right.
it's the little things.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say that one went viral.
I know,
though.
but
that went quite frankly viral.
It's an endearing moment. Okay, so I have some things I want to do with you here tonight. I have a little bit of crazy history, and then we're going to go to some funny things that I was planning on doing with Matt too. But I know that you like this shit too, so it's going to be fun. The first one up,
do.
yeah. Well, hold on. The first one up is the last widow of a Civil War soldier. Did you know that the last widow of a Civil War soldier died in the year 2020?
Wow, so that means that she was probably like 12 when she married this guy?
I mean, here's the story. Her name was Helen Viola Jackson, and she was born in 1919, more than half a century after the Civil War ended. In 1936, during the Great Depression, she was 17 years old schoolgirl in Missouri, helping care for an elderly family friend named James Bolin. Bolin was 93 years old and had served as a Union soldier in the 14th Missouri Cavalry. According to later accounts, he offered to marry Helen so she would be eligible for a Civil War pension after he died. They quietly married, but Helen kept living with her parents, and the marriage was not widely known. When Bolin died in 1939, she never claimed the pension. His daughters reportedly threatened to damage her reputation if she did, and Helen chose silence instead. For most of her life, almost nobody knew she had been married to a Civil War veteran. The Civil War ended in 1865. She died in December of 2020 at age 101. That means a direct marital link to the Civil War soldier survived 155 years after Appomattox. So that's crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, the fact that the guy was in the Civil War 90 years before that or whatever doesn't, I don't know.
It's a
like
link.
It is a link, but it's like the story is a 93-year-old married a 17-year-old.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like anything was consummated. It seemed like I wonder. I want to know a little bit more about the actual relationship. Like, why did he want to help her out? It didn't seem like there's anything sexual about this. But
well, maybe she kept that part to herself.
Could be.
But she's like, "Hey, 93-year-old, how's about the best blowjay you've ever had in your life?"
You got it. Anyway, well, I mean that's one way to go out. Here is another one for you. Now, come on now. This is a certain category of man on the street that I think is just so fascinating. This guy goes up to men on the street and shows them a picture of the guy they just talked to before and says, "Do you think this guy, just based on his looks, are straight or gay?" And then after they give their answer, he asks, "Okay, are you straight or gay? And do you think somebody that I go to next is going to say the same thing about you?" And after this first one, we have to ask a big question that I've been wondering, and maybe you and the audience can help me out. But I just love these. They're hilarious and they're fascinating. It's just great guy material. Hold on a second. Here we go. Let me just get a... There we go.
Oh, is this not the one that I shared with you today?
You sent me one. I have a couple here, so let's just watch this first one. Here we go.
This guy's gay or straight? Straight up gay. Straight up gay? Yep. And then what makes you say that? The back, like trying to arch your back. Are you gay or straight? I'm straight. You think people could tell based on looking at you? Nope. Bro, would you think this guy is gay or straight? Definitely up there with the gays. Are you gay or straight, bro? Straight. You think people could tell based on how you look? Fucking hope so. You say this guy is gay or straight, bro?
Yeah, I'd have to go with gay.
Why you say that, bro?
I don't know, he just got that attitude about it.
Okay, are you gay or straight?
Straight.
You think people would agree based on how you look, bro?
Maybe.
Would you say this guy is gay or straight, bro?
That's affirmative action of gay. That is 100% gay.
And then are you gay or straight?
I'm hella straight.
You think people could tell based on looking at you?
Yeah, 100%.
You think this guy is gay or straight?
I'd say he's gay.
And then are you gay or straight?
Oh, I'm straight.
You think people could tell based on looking at you?
Hopefully.
Would you think this guy is gay or straight?
Gay.
And then what makes you say that?
The way he's standing.
Okay, and are you gay or straight?
No, I'm straight.
You think people could tell based on how you look, bro?
I hope so.
Would you think this guy is gay or straight?
I think he's straight.
And then are you gay or straight, bro?
I'm straight.
You think people could tell based on looking at you?
Yeah.
Would you think this guy is gay?
Okay, now listen, it never ceases to fascinate me because you know what's coming, and every once in a while there's this one guy, and I'll be like, yeah, I think he's straight. I think so.
90% of them are just like, that dude looks gay.
Dude, it's more than 90%. It is way more than 90%. Here's another one. This might be the one that you sent me, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to bring these up with Mike because he can see the value in this just like I can. Here we go.
He said,
just the tattoos with the sunglasses for some reason.
Are you gay or straight?
Straight.
You think people could tell based on looking at you?
Oh yeah.
You think that guy's gay or straight?
Probably gay.
What makes you say that?
Just the way he's standing, like.
And then are you gay or straight?
I'm straight.
You think people could tell based on looking at you?
Nah.
Would you think that guy is gay or straight?
Closeted for sure.
What makes you say that?
I don't like the fancy drinking pants and all that. It's just like you're gonna go to the beach, wear regular shorts.
Are you gay or straight?
Straight.
You think people could tell based on looking at you?
I don't know.
You think that guy is gay or straight?
Yeah, he look a little gay to me.
And are you gay or straight?
I'm straight.
You think people could tell based on how you look?
Yeah.
Hey, would you think this guy's gay or straight?
Gay as fuck.
And then why you say that?
Because how he looks and how he's standing.
And then are you gay or straight?
Straight.
You think people could tell based on looking at you?
Definitely.
You say that guy is gay or straight?
Probably gay.
And then are you gay or straight?
I'm straight.
You think people could tell based on how you look?
Hell no.
You say that guy is gay or straight?
Gay.
And then what makes you say that?
How he's standing.
Okay. And then
It's like, how are you supposed to stand? How are you supposed to stand? Oh man, no, I love this, man. I think let me give it a like. So I keep seeing these things. Here's one more. Just it's the gift that keeps on giving. Oh, okay. Before we watch this last one, here's the question I want to pose to you, Mike, and to everybody at home. What is the female equivalent of this question? Because we know that, listen, all the ladies in the room, in the several chat rooms right now, they know that there is no bigger critic, no bigger enemy to women than fellow woman. Everybody, you know, and over here you see that the guys, nobody, everybody assumes everybody's gay. It's this infinite loop of gayness. But, you know, if you can catch women in a loop like this, what would the question be?
Something related to sluttiness, I imagine.
I don't
like. Do you think this girl has slept with a lot of guys? And I think most girls would say yes.
Okay, so maybe like an over/under with a body count or something like that.
Yeah,
like above 10, above or below 10. Something
and then they ask, what's your actual number at the end? But I don't know, because I feel like a lot of these guys don't really look at a picture of a guy and think like that guy is a homosexual. I think they're just like, he looks gay, the way that you'd be like, he's a loser, you know?
Yeah.
Like, look how gay he's standing. Look at that. Look at his gay shorts.
No, with the first guy, I was like, it's the way he's standing. Why is he arching his back like that? And shit like that. I did, man. That made me. So, I would love to be a part of one of these things just to see why somebody says, "Oh, yeah, he's definitely gay." I would laugh my ass off because I know what's coming.
Right.
And
I would probably say that if you showed me a picture of anybody that I didn't know and you're like, does this dude look gay? I'd be like, probably.
I'm looking at the chat rooms right now to see what the hell they can what they can come up with.
And
one person said that an over/under with sex partners count, like a body count, would be pretty crazy. That came from Twitch. I'm trying to see what else. Let me see over there on Rumble, see what people are saying. Hold on. Don't stand with it. Let me see here. I didn't put any. I don't know. Let me look over on Badlands.
This guy says gay guys put their hands on their hips, and it's like, dude, I
don't know.
Who doesn't sometimes put their hands on their hips?
I know. Hold on here. Let's get to that one right now. 1 second. Let me get this up right. Here it is. All right.
You think this guy is gay or straight?
Gay.
Gay, and then what makes you say that?
His whole manner.
And are you gay or straight?
Straight.
You think people could tell based on looking at you?
Yep.
Hey, would you think this guy's gay or straight?
Gay.
Why you say that?
The pose.
Okay.
Maybe the bag.
Okay. And are you gay or straight?
I'm straight.
You think people could tell based on looking at you?
Maybe not.
You think this guy's gay or straight?
Oh, he's gay.
And then why would you say that, bro?
Look at just how he's posing, bro.
Okay. Now, you gay or straight?
I'm straight.
You think people could tell based on looking at you?
I mean, I would hope so.
Do you think this guy's gay or straight?
No, he's definitely gay.
He's gay. What makes you say that?
Brother, look at him, bro. Holy shit.
Then are you gay?
I love how vague it can get. No, he's definitely gay. Well, what makes you say that? Just look at him, bro. It's like, what? He exists. It's the fact that he exists.
Hell no, I'm straight, brother.
You think people could tell based on looking at you?
Yeah.
Would you say this guy's gay or straight?
I think he's gay.
And what makes you say that?
Just the way he's standing.
Okay. Are you gay or straight?
I'm straight.
You think people could tell based on looking at you?
Yeah.
And this guy's gay or straight?
Gay.
Gay? Why would you say that?
Just the stance, just how he presents himself.
Okay. And then are you gay or straight?
Straight.
Will people be able to tell based on looking at you?
I hope so.
And that guy's gay or straight?
Gay.
And then what makes you say that?
The pose and then his lips.
What the fuck do you have to do with your lips?
He just had gay lips, dude. You know what I mean.
I mean, right there is like, wait a second. That's a you problem, sir.
Right.
You look at somebody's lips and like, damn, that's gay. Why? I want to kiss him for some reason. I just want to. It's his fault. I want to kiss.
His lips make me want to kiss him, and so he's gay. But I could see chicks answering like, "Do you think that this girl has blown 10 guys or more?" Or something like that. And like if it was a fat, ugly girl, then the next girl would be like, yeah, she's fat and ugly. Of course she has. But if it was like a hot girl, then the next girl would still be like, of course she has. Look how hot she is. Hot girls blow dudes.
It could be. It could also be the opposite. But here,
where they're like, no way, nobody's letting her face anywhere near their junk.
Exactly. But you know, this next video is the perfect compliment. You sent it to me as well, and it's let's see, who is this? This is from the Around the Bar podcast, Daltouche's List.
Is this the gay stuff?
Yes.
Ties together nicely. Good grouping there.
Thank you. I'm very good at what I do, I think. This is incredible. It made me. I was laughing as I was listening to this because I agree with so much of it. I agree with so much. I know what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
And he's saying that this is a list of things that are inherently gay. And I want everybody in the chat rooms discuss amongst yourselves because I think this is great. Hold on.
I've got a list of things that are kind of gay. We got umbrellas, lollipops, being cozy.
Okay, I have to stop. I have to stop.
I'm so cozy right now. What are you, gay?
I love being cozy. I built this place to be cozy. So when I saw that, I started wheeze laughing and said, "Of course, of course." What umbrellas? I mean, listen. If some people, if you don't have umbrellas, you're toast. I don't use umbrellas, but I can see how they are just kind of gay. Like get out of the sun. But what else do we have? An
umbrella for the sun is very gay.
Yeah.
But an umbrella for the rain, I don't think that's gay
Right.
if it's raining.
A sun umbrella is very gay.
Yes.
The lollipops, yeah. Those big lollipops that he put out there. Yeah, no. You
that
can't.
you have to lick.
Yeah.
Like a sucker, you can at least disappear it in your mouth.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. That kind of lollipop. I mean, it has to be a small lollipop. It has to be like the tiny little dum lollipops that you can pop in there, and that you just have like the stick is sticking out. But it can't be like the blow pops because it's so big. It's going to protrude out of the side of your mouth. It's going to look like a dickhead. is in there. Okay, anyway. So I get what he's saying there. So, okay. He said laughing too hard. Laughing too hard. I understand what he's saying, Mike. Laughing too hard. I've heard it when me and Matt have breakdowns over here, and I laugh so hard that I gasp. I'm like gasping for air. It sounds pretty gay, and I can't help it. I can't breathe. I'm gasping. But,
I don't think that's gay.
Okay.
Because as a comedian, that's one of my favorite things to see someone do is laugh uncontrollably. You know, I love when I have to take a break from saying words because a guy will die if I don't.
it's good. No, it's good. All right, let's keep going.
Laughing too hard, getting a ticket, ice cream, eating slowly, plugging your nose, jumping in a pool, fingernail trimmers, sunscreen, skincare, eating candy, trampolines, baths, wearing gloves when it's cold, being cold, complaining, aprons, holding in a sneeze but letting a squeak out, protesting, having a spotless house, saying oh my gosh, themed socks, mocktails, reading, dreaming, feeling things, water shoes, not liking sports, being under 150 pounds, saying yum, looking for parking, getting cut off, dropping something, picking it up, scooters, asking for help in a store, parentheses just leave, tea, chewing gum, grocery shopping, dessert, blowing your nose, tying your shoe, driving with two hands on the steering wheel, eating stuff with cream filling, pushing a pull door, and vice versa, waving, chocolate-covered fruits, hydroplaning, naps, being deceived or tricked,
Is this your card? It is. You're so gay.
Oh my! Being deceived. Oh, what was the? Oh, we have to go through this one again.
Being surprised, holding balloons, blowing out candles.
Oh, holding balloons and holding somebody's purse or a bag is really, really tough. Like, what do I do with this thing? I can't put it over my shoulder. I can't just hold it. I have to bunch up the strap and I have to hold it like a caveman. And
like
you know,
a football.
Yeah, like no. You have to hold it. You have to bunch it up and hold it by your side like a caveman. The other thing is there too. When he said going on trampolines, it's true. You need to have proper form to not look gay on a trampoline.
And to not seriously hurt your adult body.
Because if you get injured, that would probably be gay too.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be injured or have any kind of aches or pains. Candles, blowing out candles.
Food allergies, trying to get a server's attention and not being heard.
I hate that.
Excuse me. He didn't hear me. I'll wait till he comes back around.
Yeah, I love when you have to explain to everybody. It wasn't a big deal. They didn't see me. Yeah, we know. Because they're not over here helping us right now.
He's a busy guy. He's got a lot going on.
This place is packed. Just give it a second. He'll be back.
Using chapstick, whispering, covering a yawn, losing your balance, getting your hat blown off by the wind, being scared, attempting a parallel park and not one-repping it, holding your phone with your face and or shoulder, receiving medical attention, and saying bless you. All right, I've got a list of things that are...
Receiving medical attention. Guys, I think something's seriously wrong with me. You're not gay, are you?
You're not. You may be. It may just be what's going on here. Now, I have. There's plenty for people to talk about in that list. I think that's great. A couple people added some more things: using a napkin, beach towels, kicking a ball and missing, drinking from a straw, driving the speed limit, soup, trying to open a locked car door. Gay, done. Holding a coffee cup with two hands, I guess to warm up. That's part of the cozy category.
Mm-hmm.
So you're done. Scarves, any use of a scarf.
Man, see that's what I don't like about this guy's list and now our new list is that I do 3/4 of these things. And I don't think I'm gay when I do it. I'm warm. I got my gloves and my scarf on, and I'm feeling good.
You know, I'm just going to turn on the house lights in here. I'm going to get rid of all this cozy lighting. I'm just going to put on the blistering white.
Make it very uncozy.
Oh, it's awful. You know, I have never had the house lights on in here for a broadcast in 10 years. You want to make you hold on. You want to make a little bit of history?
Yeah, I was gonna try to get you to do it.
Let's make a little history.
Everybody.
This is going to be awful.
Frank is turning on the big light. So let's get ready. Oh no. All right. I mean, that's not. It definitely doesn't make anything better. But
Hey,
it's
everybody.
not. It's not as bad. It
Oh,
looks
this is
more like
awful.
my camera now.
This is-
so now it's like, oh, so you made it look like mine. Cool.
Absolutely horrible in here. This feels. I don't even know where I feel like I'm on an alien planet. This feels like January of 2016. It is so strange.
But it's interesting though too, because with the light on, you look like a guy sitting at his computer with a microphone that he bought. But with the good lighting, I don't even think about any of that stuff. You know what I mean? You're just being emitted from my screen. Definitely don't do it like this again.
Ever again.
But we did make history here on Mike Frankly.
We made some Quite Frankly history. You see, cozy. Whatever. I'm gay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just be over here eating my lollipop and not having the sun hurt me because I have my umbrella. Whatever.
I know. That's what we do. Okay, so here now, before you leave, I've got two quick skits that you sent me, and I think that they're both fantastic. This first one is this guy is such a jerk. Apparently, I don't know. This guy is he's on a date and he's taking his shot at the gold. And let's see. I thought this was funny.
No, I'm not going to sleep with you.
Why not? This was a really expensive date, by the way.
Okay, that doesn't mean that I need to sleep with you. And also, you've called me the N-word like 7 times.
You're not even black. Why the fuck do you care?
Okay, I gotta go.
It was funny. I made a funny joke.
I don't think it was very funny.
That's because you're a freaking idiot. Stupid bitch.
I love that. Now, listen. You miss.
You're not even black. Why the fuck do you care?
It's not even that. It's not even the fact that he had used a racial slur, an epithet, had gotten out, had left his lips on the course of the state. It's the fact that he called her an N-word 7 times. And you know what? He might have had a shot. He just probably overdid it. The fact that she stayed for seven times. I mean, he obviously has no self-control, but you know what? You miss 100% of the shots that you never take. So,
yeah, and you paused that. That's a good frame there. I like her upper third of boob.
Well, I'm sure she does too.
That's my second favorite third of boob.
Really? The upper third?
Yeah.
Here is another one you sent me, and it's just
dude, this is it feels personal to me because I might be this guy before too long.
The reveal. Take a listen to this.
Weird that we've been together for 3.5 years and I still haven't really seen your face.
Are we talking about this in my face?
I think you should shave your beard.
Don't do it, bro.
You've seen my vagina bare without any hair and I haven't seen your face? That seems unfair.
Where are you going? I've made a mistake. Even the crows know I look gross.
I think it...
Dude.
I just like how he looked fine before and legitimately looked bad after shaving.
After he shaved, he looked like a death metal vocalist. I have been to so many, heavy metal clubs and all that stuff, and you get to know a lot of members of death metal bands out there. And he was either a vocalist or a bass player, and he needs to get that beard back on quick.
Why do they grow their head hair so long, but then refuse to grow their facial hair?
I don't know. It's just one of those things. But people live different lives, and sometimes you get what you ask for.
Yeah, my beard's getting long though, dude, and I'm getting to the point now where I just want to get rid of it to start over again, But I know that I'm gonna hate myself for a week and a half.
Well, you should just bring it down, just a little bit until you get to almost just like a scruff. Work with that a little bit, and then you can. I mean, you don't have to go from all of that to nothing. That's like you can do things without being totally culture shocked.
Yeah, well, it depends. If I go and have a guy do it, then yeah, I can trim it up or whatever. If I try to do it myself, it always ends with me just being like, fuck it. Because I just can't, it doesn't look good when I try to
That's what
trim up.
I'm going to be doing that tonight, actually. This is me just being lazy.
What's the longest you've gone without shaving your face?
It's probably it's on tape. It's on, you'd have to go throughout the years and say, oh, that's the longest he probably went. And I don't know, I think maybe a month and a half. It was definitely during a cold month or something like that I just said, to hell with it, let's go. But it's just that it's that hard, I don't know, it's the mustache that hurts the most. After a couple of maybe like 3 or 4 weeks, it starts getting like glassy almost.
Mm-hmm. You got to get past the hump.
Yeah.
But I think that would be a cool thing to do, like how they do No Shave November or whatever. I would like to do a year thing, like pick a day, and then I'll shave my head and shave my beard, and then I won't touch either of them again until a year from then. And I think I would just look like dog shit at the end. But
you know what? I really think that it would I think that your comedy would go to next levels, though. Because I think if you showed up on stage, you already have a very deadpan delivery at times. You have great timing. You have good material. I really, really love watching you. But you also have material that I think would pair very well with a off-puttingly disheveled appearance from time to time. And if you let everything just go, like you went a clean shave. When's your birthday?
August 7th.
Okay, on August 7th, you give yourself a birthday shave, my friend, and you go porpoise smooth. And then you just say, I'll see you again, August 7th, 2027, and just that's it for the next year. That's part of your stage act.
If I can, if 9 other people will join with me and do the same thing, because I need the collectivism of it. You know what I mean?
Does anybody out there want to do this with Mike Baldwin? I can't bring myself to do it.
Yeah, well, and you've got a wife and child. And wait, did I hear that there's another one coming?
There is another. There's another one coming. Yes.
When?
November 6th is the due date.
That would have been cool if you were like August 7th.
Yeah, I know. Actually,
I'd be like, cool, me and that kid will start growing our hair the same day.
Well, I just started thinking, if I started growing it from now, I could look really, really bad by November 6th. If I were to go home right now and shave and got myself looking all spiffy, and then that's the last I did it until the baby was born, I can look pretty awful by then.
Or awesome. Yeah. See?
Yeah. Well, anyway, MikeIsFunny.com. He's going to be in Albuquerque. He's going to be where else?
I'll be at Bricktown in Oklahoma City next weekend. I don't know numbers. I'll be in Traynor, Iowa, which is near Omaha, Nebraska. I'll be there on Saturday this week, just doing one show, and then I got some other random stuff. But yeah, MikeIsFunny.com. There's links to everything, and yep.
Wonderful. I can't wait to have you on again, my friend. Thank you for coming by and hanging out.
No problem. Happy to. Goodbye, Frank, and goodbye, Franklies.
Take
and
care.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And I'll talk to you afterwards.
Okay, bye.
There you go, Mike Baldwin. All right, guys and gals, we have a couple more minutes before we go and we kick off a flip side together. So let me just make sure that I get all of our people here in. Let me see. For our raffle giveaway for these incredible tallow products from our friends Dean and Jen. She sent me a letter with this stuff. Says, thank you for all of your support of our small business. We love you, Jen. That is Dean's wife of tallow and tend skincare.com. Just say, hey, we're Franklies. I would get in touch with them and say, hey, we're fellow Franklies, and, great. This is exactly who somebody's going to win tonight. And if you have a small business, get in touch with me. I think this is a lot of fun, and I love doing the raffle. People love it. Foxfield Farmer says the Frankly Fun theme park is needed. All right, so then we're going to we'll put a theme park in. I've already given you a lot about what I think about Franklyville. What I really want is I want kids driving around town in pickup trucks at night in the summertime, driving through the lightning bugs. The lightning bugs, they streak by like they're going into hyperspace or something like that. A nice lake, a local football team. It's just I'm just looking for like the Sandlot experience of all those summer holidays. And of course, in the wintertime, I'm envisioning the opening scenes of Lady and the Tramp, where it's just perfect, snowy, horse-drawn carriages. Like, everybody has their trucks and stuff like that. But that would be awesome if around Christmas time, somebody around town said, "Oh, I'm hitching up the sleigh." People going to church on a horse-drawn carriage, sleigh. I mean, that would be awesome. So I'm thinking about that for the winter time. Think of the opening scene of Lady and the Tramp, and then just, I don't know, think about the Sandlot for the summertime. I think we got to build on this one. You have to get the firmament to keep all the geoengineering out. Jeff Lamb says, don't shave the stash. You'll end up with PLs. Jeff Lamb, thank you so much. Running on Empty says, I love when Mike comes on. Me too. I don't care what anybody says. Jay Britt says, nightly child support. Oh, that's from before. Thank you so much, my friend. Okay, so I just want to make sure that we're all set over here. We are good. We are good to go. Over on Rumble, which has been a great night. Good to see a lot of people hanging out with us on Rumble tonight. It's been wonderful. It really has been. Let's see. Ghetto Boy says, Frank, let's ask Dutch Sense if Jim Lee might be sabotaging your computer by installing spyware. Love to you and the fam. Well, I know what Dutch would say. Jim and Dutch are not on good terms. That's what the word on the street is. I have no personal connection to the whole thing. I just know what I've heard. Nat Wall says, love the show. Nat, it's good to have you out there. Nat Wall 330. And let me see. Is that all? Jay Semo, that was from before. Okay, we're all caught up on Rumble. Badlands, you guys are really one of a kind. Thank you for chilling with me tonight. Tomorrow night, I'll be live at 7 o'clock on the Playhouse. Hold on, let me give you that real quick. The Playhouse, just so that you guys can keep your notifications on. This is me and Anthony's show. This is our show. We co-host it together. It's just two brothers dishing on movies and music and personal lore and nostalgia. We're going to have our bandmates on tomorrow night talking shit and having a good time, and I think that you guys would really, really like it. So here is the link I just put that in the chat rooms. Make sure you subscribe and put the notifications on. We're gonna have a good time tomorrow. And yeah, that's all I have on that front. Okay, thank you to Tommy Jekyll. I put a lot of these in while I was talking to Mike. Tommy Jekyll, J. Arthur Lake, Silly Boar, JR again giving out bronze tier subscriptions to people. Whiskey Tango took one of them. Sean Joe, Serpentine. That one I didn't get. Safety Net. Jay, thank you. Valhalla, I want to be in the running. Finally earned 100 gold pills by just Thursday. Well, there, Valhalla, that's what the scratching is all about. Corey J's in there. Tommy Jekyll, when I contemplate cruise ship dining, I flash back to the chocolate fountains that I used to see at the Golden Corral. All you can gouge change with kids and adults. Double, triple dipping into the flowing chocolate. You put on your ice cream. I'll pass. Oh yeah. Chocolate fountains and fondue. You need to know everybody that is there doing their thing that night, or you need to have, like, I like places when they actually have fondue on the menu for dessert, because then you know that you're going to get a plate right in front of you, a nice thing of chocolate right in the middle. You get your skewers, your pineapple chunks, and your strawberries, and sometimes they'll give you marshmallow as well. That's too much sweet for me. It's all gay. It doesn't matter. It's all gay. Fondue is definitely gay. Let me see. Cheese fondue. Sign me up. I remember I went to a house party once. I walked through this girl said, you should come by. We're doing cheese fondue. I told Anthony and my buddy Haroon. Was a friend at the time. I said, you guys want to come with me to this girl's party? They have cheese fondue. We walked through the door. The smells, it smelled like fucking microwave shit. Like somebody put shit in the microwave and put it on high for 35 seconds. And we're like, what the hell was that? I said, it's the fondue. I said, yeah, but what kind of cheese did you use? She goes, well, we wanted to experiment with Swiss. You what? Swiss cheese fondue. It was so dense, as gooey as it was, you couldn't even scoop it up. So I would take the chips or something, whatever the hell we were saying, you couldn't even scoop it up. Everything was breaking or bending. There's no penetration into the cheese. It was so bad. That was the night that I was accused of taunting an Armenian girl about the genocide, which was so ridiculous. Because my friend Haroon was Turkish. And he's the only person I ever knew who was Turkish, from Turkey, his family. So when I would introduce him, I said, this is my friend Haroon. He's Turkish. And they'd be like, oh, how exotic, or something like that. Yeah, say something in your language to them, Haroon. Something like that. Well, the one Armenian girl there thought I was saying it to some people are fucking ridiculous. I still think about stuff like that to this day. Every once in a while, it just hits you in the face. What the hell happened there? I hope they recovered from whatever the hell was ailing them. Thank you, Mulberry. Just gave a cookie. Congratulations from Raven Mulberry. Thank you, Mulberry. You're in there. The Sentinel says, shout out to Mike Baldwin. We attended one of his performances recently. It was a lot of fun. Dean Z, more body butter incoming for Lady Lauren. Oh, Dean, thank you. Thank you. Molly, for the women, the question has to be bitch or friendly. Ah, there you go. Molly got it. That's a good one. For the women, the question has to be, showing the picture of the woman before her, is she a bitch or is she friendly? I bet you, I don't know if it's going to be as overwhelming as every guy thinking that the guy before him was gay. But I think it's definitely going to be heavily in favor of, oh, she a bitch. Oh, she's a bitch. Oh, you can tell. That's a fake smile. Resting bitch face. I know. That's a great one, Molly. That's a great one, Molly. And then Deansy says, if you draw my name, redraw. Well, let me make sure that Molly's in there because I didn't get that last one. Everybody else was in there, though. Okay, you guys ready? Here we go. Who is winning Dean's Tallow Box and the latest Flip City magazine? You can check out Flip City on the affiliates page of quitefrankly.tv. This is a great thing to give to people for birthdays and other types of anybody who likes reading magazines, that there's nothing to read anymore. This is like better than the old Mad Magazine days. It is ruthless and great, wonderful team out there. Check them out. And then the 3 golden tickets. Let's see. Out of 116 entries, let's pick a winner. And Rev. Wow. Revolution 76. That was from YouTube. That's a YouTube winner. Well, good for you, Rev. That's Mr. Firmament, everybody. He's the one that wants the firmament over Franklyville. And you know what? He was out of 116 entries. I think Rev might have had 1 or 2. I think 1 or 2. In fact, it was tonight. It was tonight. So just goes to show, got to be in it to win it. But thank you to everybody who was part of this raffle, because it all supports a show that really needs it to compete. And I'm always going to find new things to give you guys. And I'll make sure that I take a picture for Rev too and throw that all in there. Thank you guys so much. And Rev, if you want to pass on the tallow, if you don't have a lady in your life that wants to slather this all over themselves, you just let me know and we'll just reuse it. And for those of you out there who have small businesses or anything like that, give me a buzz. I can throw whatever you have out there, your product or a service, into the running for next week. I'll see you guys on the flip side. The link is going to be in the chat room. Thank you again to Badlands for hosting me on a Thursday night. I hope I brought a little something serious and fun in the first half and then funny in the second. And here comes the weekend. Embrace it with open arms. All right, everybody. Have a good one and nighty-night.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Quite Frankly is filmed before a live studio audience, and now our super chatters, starting with Jeff Lamb, Foxfield Farmer, Ramanan Empty, Jay Britz, Alyssa, Nathan Davis, Barb Miller, Revolution 76, the big winner, Joricho, Mark the Carnivore, and all of our wonderful friends across Rumble. And over there, Elidot10 says Franklyville should be next to Badlandia. I would love that. Hey, Badlanders, come out to the Quite Frankly Spring Fling. Go to quitefrankly.tv/events. Go to the events page on quitefrankly.tv and get yourself some tickets for the Spring Fling on June 5th or the main event on June 6th. It is a great family event, and I'd love to see all those Badlanders out. I got to tell John to show up sometime. That'd be great. Okay, good night, everybody. I'll see you on the flip.
Think about it, though, Tom. So weight loss. AIDS?
Nobody's got AIDS. I don't want to hear that word in here again.